station broadcasts in Iowa City and Cedar Rapids.
94.1 KRNA, Iowa City, Cedar Rapids. That is our legal identification that we're required by the FCC to do at the top of the hour, which it is now, 8 o'clock. I'm excited. It's almost like a Friday here, but it's Thursday.
Yeah, a lot of scuttlebutt. And I just saw Griffin McGrath down the hall. It feels like we're at 30 Rock at NBC. We had TN talking about the horse race.
Tina Norris from Unbridled Spirits was just here.
Yeah, and then I see Griffin. I see some other folks down the hall. Brain's got somebody in the studio. And now we welcome in a good friend of mine, Mr. Nick Ford. Give him a big round of applause.
Nick, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So, Nick, you are part of the Cedar Rapids Bayou and the Bayou organization that's basically bringing a water park to Cedar Rapids. And we have big news today. So why don't you tell everybody, I'm going to warn you, this is a radioactive table, and everybody wants to hit it, so we don't want to hit the table. That's my only advice.
I like that. That's
it gives a little bass boost to it. There you go.
So what is your big announcement?
You can rap to that,
You guys have Metallica coming to the water park? No, tell everybody
not
what's
yet,
going on.
Not yet.
Not yet. Exactly.
We may get some stars coming into the opening day, but we'll see. So just a couple of days, we announced our final location. We did a lot of work and had moved through a couple locations and finally found one that we really think works for us. You're right. You do tend to hit that. So we announced that we have purchased, actually as of this morning, he's signing the contract, finalizing the contract with Jim Dyer and his land out at Prairie View Technological Park. So,
is that out by the old McLeod area? Or
it's in that way. This is right off the interstate. This is right off Wright Brothers Boulevard Interstate. It's right between the baseball fields for Prairie and H.R. Green.
Oh,
congratulations.
Okay.
That is huge. Yeah.
So that's one of our news, but even bigger, well, I don't know if it's bigger, it's equal maybe, is we've hired on our general contractor construction manager, Myron Construction. They have done similar projects throughout Wisconsin. They're actually out of Wisconsin originally, built a brand new office here in Cedar Rapids, and they're actually going to assist in the financing of the entire construction.
So real quick.
Terrific. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Great news. But let's go ahead and back up real quick. Explain what this awesome water park is going to consist of and what this is going to mean for Eastern Iowa.
Well, it's more than a water park. I mean, a water park is what the fun part most people see. My actual original inspiration was the natatorium, the competition pool.
Oh, yeah.
Lessons pool, therapy pool aspect. Very strongly needed out in that area. They've been trying to get a pool forever. They don't even swim with their own high school team. They have to co-op. So that is key for us. But in order to do that and support that, we needed other features. And it works well with the water park. And, well, we're in Iowa, so indoor water park makes sense to me.
Sure.
And why make it small? Let's go big. Yeah. It'll be 70,000 square foot indoor water park. You'll have the 2 tallest rides in the world. Nice. Wave machines, surf pool. I mean, you name it, they've got it. We've got it. So, including a swim-up bar. So I know we'll see James there a lot.
Yeah, potentially.
He'll be hanging out with me.
Families, of course, but friendly to guys like you.
It's all age appropriate.
Yeah.
We maybe Mardi Gras will make it a little older, but it's all age appropriate. Plenty of kids rides, fun rides, high technology, RFID bracelet control. It's a lot like Disney.
Sure.
As far as that, they're kind of our role model on how to do parks, and I think they've done it well. But like I can't forget, I do have a present for you.
Well, I was going to say, it sounds like you've got everything covered from the entertainment, safety, security. You've got.
Don't forget the 150-room hotel as well. So.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Wow, this is
fantastic. And later we'll have an outdoor park as well, a small outdoor park.
So real quick,
this is a big economic boom.
Our feasibility study that was done last year, very conservatively done, actually made me nervous at first when he kept calling me and saying, I'm going to look 10 more percent. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Came out really well. Their economic impact estimate is about $20 million a year.
Wow. Thank you, man. Seriously, that is huge. That's absolutely huge.
And that was really my other inspiration is let's keep that money here.
Good for you.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
I grew up here, came back here after my time in the Navy, and we're due this here in Cedar Rapids. So.
Nick Ford, we are honored to have a guy like you here in the studio. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us.
Absolutely. Now, real quick, how many years till we can get this water park?
So we've allowed the farmer to farm this year.
Okay.
On that 40 acres. He has a contract with Mr. Dyer still, and we'll have to buy him out of that. We have an option on the other 36 acres out there that we'll purchase as well at some point. But we expect to break ground this fall. There's a shot we could still be open partially in 2018 or early 2019 is probably a little more realistic at this point. Unfortunately, Hawkeye Downs, we love that idea, but it drug us out time-wise a little bit. So,
yeah.
I wish them the best of luck because that's really a neat group out there.
It sure is. Now, just for the location again, to help clear it up for my mind and our listeners, let's say I'm going down Kirkwood Boulevard, and Kirkwood's to my left. Do I keep going to the south?
You go all the way to Wright Brothers Boulevard and take a right.
And then hang a right.
Yeah, it's right off the interstate. I mean, it's on the interstate.
Cool. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's on the corner of Wright Brothers Boulevard and Interstate, back a little bit.
Yeah.
This is going to be bigger than Wally's World. I'm telling you,
man. I don't know. Wally's World's pretty neat.
Man.
So.
No, this is right off of 380. You got all this area that really needs something like this, something new. It's a shot in the arm, not only for our local community, but for tourism and everything. Wow.
Yeah, it's a tourist destination.
Yeah.
We didn't really have to be on 380 with ours, but we like it, and the fact that we're going to have a 200-foot tall range tower that looks like an alligator facing out.
Yeah, see?
It'd be kind of cool. So
this is fantastic.
And it's Cajun food. How can you pass up Cajun food?
Right, yeah, baby.
And what a good spot, though, because you've got North Liberty just 7 miles from there, and then Iowa City, because, like I said, I live right on that area. You can get on the interstate and be in Iowa City in about 16, 17 minutes, and you're very close, obviously, to Cedar Rapids. I mean, that's kind of not the middle of the corridor, but it's pretty darn close.
It's pretty close.
It's the center of the dartboard.
That side of the corridor is really important to us. One is, we don't want to be too close to our competitor up there. We don't want to impact him as much as possible. They have a beautiful park up in Cedar Falls.
Give a radius, you got the radius.
It gives us that. So our hour radius just barely hits them for our local customers. But the biggest thing for us is, you look at the three of the four biggest schools in Iowa are all within an hour.
Yep.
Right there by Kirkwood, who's number 3 right now, or 4. Them and UNI bounce back and forth. But if you do a 4-hour radius around our location, 26.5 million people.
Wow.
You pick up every big city in the area. I mean, Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Omaha, Kansas City, St. Louis.
I am tingling with excitement.
It's impressive.
Seriously, that is great news.
Yeah, one question I got for you, not to be the cop here, but you're kind of in the flight zone there.
We are actually outside of it.
Oh, you are outside.
Yeah, we looked at the cone. Now we'll still have to get our letter from the FAA because we're within the 5 miles. But no, we're actually outside the cone. So the cone, actually, if we build it on the other side of that property, we might have a concern with our tower.
Right. That's what I was thinking was this tower.
And our height of our tower at that distance should be pretty fine. We've kind of preloaded with the FAA and kind of described what we're trying to do. And even when we were looking at the Pearson land, which was right in the runway entrance, we would have been okay depending on where we put it. So,
but think about this: when you've got young men or women flying in to maybe interview in Cedar Rapids, now the first thing that they're going to see out the side of their window is this huge water park and entertainment.
Well, and I think those 25 to 40-year-olds, that are having families and have tended to leave in the past.
Right.
Because and I don't believe there's nothing to do here. There's just...
This is more.
This is more.
Of something
you have some great parks and some great, like Indian Creek Nature Center and things like that.
You've got concerts, you got sporting events, you got all that stuff. This really
But this is a year-round...
necessary element. Yeah, this adds a real vital piece of entertainment.
As my deputy director says, between Thanksgiving and St. Patty's Day, what is there to do here? And I'm like, well, okay, unless you like cross-country skiing or stuff like that, I guess you're right. Snowball fights, maybe.
Snowball fights, yeah. Well, that's probably why you wonder why I do what I do.
Well, now we will.
So real quick, it's Nick Ford from Cedar Rapids Bayou. Yep. You had a present from Mike. What was
I do.
That?
So I was listening to you guys this morning on my way to WMT to talk to them, and I know you're really going to appreciate this, Mike. So
I'm excited.
What do you call a potato with the dark side?
I don't know.
A Vader tot. I knew you said you were going to get tired of jokes today. So
May the 4th be with you. Thank you, Nick, for giving him one more doozy. Well, that's awesome. Well, if you are just joining us on this interview, it has been announced. The Cedar Rapids Bayou project is now official, and we've got the location. Give them the exact location one more time before
it's at Prairie View Technology Park. It's right at the end of Earhart Lane across from Pearson's. It's between the baseball fields and H.R. Green.
Yeah, right across from Pearson.
And with Myron on board as our construction manager, wow, and it's just that one more piece to our team that we needed, and I really look forward to working with them.
This is big news here in Cedar Rapids. So we recorded this interview. We'll have a blog up later today. And Nick, thank you so much. I know you got to get to Iowa City, so we're going to get you out of here. Is there a song we can play for you later this morning? What's your favorite classic rock band?
I know what song fits us best is maybe a little Down on the Bayou.
Oh, yeah.
Born on the Bayou.
Born on the Bayou.
Yeah.
That's going to take me a minute to dig up. In the meantime, how about a little Fly Like an Eagle?
There you go.
That works too.
Thinking, as you said, as you're flying in to Cedar Rapids, you're going to say, look at this, man. That looks like a destination. You're helping to make this town a real destination. Nick Ford.
It's my pleasure to do it.
Thanks, buddy. Nick Ford, Cedar Rapids Bayou. We'll talk more about that coming up. But right now, a little Steve Miller Band right here on 94.1.